Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jennifer Urezzio, and welcome to Stories with the Divine. There are several times in my life that I can point to and say, hey, God knows who I am. It's what I call my higher power. And I feel it's really so important for others to share those moments. So this show provides a forum for those narratives. It is so important for you, for me, for everyone to know their conscious connection with divinity. So I'm with Amy Powers today. Hello, Amy.
Hi, great to be here with you.
It's so great to be here with you. So I really want to hear like that amazing moment where you had that realization like, wow, I'm one with everything. God, that's again my higher power, knows who I am. And I think you call it Gus. Do I have that in my memory right? Or is that someone else? No.
No,
Okay. I heard
I,
Gus.
but I will tell you that I only started using the name of God 2 years ago, and I just turned 60.
Yeah. And I
Even
think,
though things were happening in my life that were definitely pointing in that direction for many, many years.
yeah, it took me a while to use that word. I used master planner for a while. I grew up Catholic, so I was like, oh, it's all that stuff. But it's really about creating that own relationship with whatever you call that big goo in the sky, and then
Yeah.
utilizing the name that resonates with you, mind, body, and spirit. So I love
Yes.
that. Hey, so tell me like one of those great moments of, hey, I know that God knows who I am.
Okay. So this crazy thing happened to me, and you have to know my background a little bit. Um, was that when I was growing up, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I went to law school and business school at Harvard and Columbia. I got into this very narrow, straight
Yeah.
track, right? And then as soon as I started working at a big law firm, my body shut down and said, no, 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 right? I got chronic fatigue syndrome a month into working at this big firm. And I knew it was a sign, and I was 28 at the time, and I didn't have any real prior spiritual awareness, I would say, but I knew enough to know that my body was telling me something,
Yeah, there was something really wrong, right? Yeah.
right? And I was blessed because it was so long ago that companies used to give you paid leave of absences. Uh, so they did that. They said, just take as long as you need and get well. So I was in bed, getting well. And one day I decided um, to try something that a friend of mine had recommended, which was Nam Myoho Renge Kyo chanting. She taught me how to say just the basics, how to do it. And I remember doing that. And she said, have a book with you, a notepad and a pencil, just in case something comes to you. So I did the thing, not expecting anything. And all of a sudden, I heard a voice. I heard a voice. I got really still. I heard this voice. The voice said, and words will be your way, and I will lead you there.
Okay, chills.
Chills. I just got
Yeah.
chills saying it again now out loud because it was incredible. And I became a songwriter using lyrics, using words as my tool to reach, connect with, and influence people. And for sure, I started getting these downloads of words, and I knew because of what I heard that there was something to pay attention to here. And then it shifted my whole life.
Wow. Like that's a huge moment. Like that's
Yeah.
that's a huge moment. That's one of those moments where, there's definitely a knock at the door, you definitely opened it, and then that moment also becomes this guiding force to remind you that wait, that inner voice, that guidance, that, you know, voice in the dark, it is worth listening and it does have a severe and amazing impact on your life.
If you let it,
Yeah, if you let it, that's the key. Yeah.
right? Because I could easily have told myself another story, which was, you just been in bed too long. Whatever this is something you made up. Whatever I could have said, but I didn't. I decided to pay attention to that sign. And then once that sign was given, others started coming.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also that's what people are afraid of sometimes. I think they are afraid that you're it's just going to be once and that's it. And then you're going to be left alone and that's not what happens. Right? So did you keep on chanting? Did you like take up a chanting practice after that?
A little bit, but it wasn't actually my way. And it's funny you mentioned that because I have recently, so this is many, many years later, developed a system of my own that really works for me, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has something that works for them. And I think it's important. It's sort of like going into a dressing room and trying on clothes.
Yeah.
Try something until it's right. Try
Yeah.
everything until something's right.
And I think that's key. I mean, I teach people about sacred practice. It has to be, their own. It has to be integrated into their everyday life and it has to change as they change. And,
Mm.
you can't be forced into a sacred practice because you won't do it. And you spend all your time in resistance because it doesn't flow with your system.
Right. It's interesting you say that because I was raised Jewish in a casual way, right? I mean, I got bat mitzvahed, but it didn't really mean anything. I got,
Right.
I et cetera, et cetera. It wasn't my way in. But later in life, I started to recognize how those services that are designed in a certain way, and I'm sure the church is designed with every service in a certain order, certain way, they are actually spiritually opening if you follow
Yeah.
them and it's your way,
Yeah, it's a
right?
ritual, and, here's the thing, some people are just magical by nature and are connected by nature, and some people need the ritual, the structure to get there,
Right.
right? We're all connected, it's just a matter of whether you're in tune with it or not, and there is something about structure and ritual that supports that deeper connection, and sometimes you'll be going along in a practice and then need a bump up in your ritual, or you'll need something new because you've outsmarted yourself. And that's okay. I think people think faith is just something like your eye color. It's not, it's a choice and it's a practice.
I love the idea of um, expecting that you'll need to expand or change your practices over time. And matter of fact, this is the first time that I'm ever hearing anyone say that.
Oh.
I thought it was because I was sort of spiritually ADD.
No, no. First of all, you're highly intuitive, you're highly innovative, you're a pioneer, you get bored quickly, and you need to. And here's the thing, as the consciousness grows, guess what, everyone? So does the ego. So we get smarter at outsmarting ourselves. And that's the bad ego. Like we have an ego for a reason. And so you just need to kind of, switch it up every once in a while. I typically write a lot of prayers, but I'll go months without writing a prayer. And then I'll be like, oh, why am I feeling like crap? Okay, I get it. Right. And so I think the easiest thing that we can do to be more connected is to really not be so judgmental with ourselves.
Right. And also have ways that we can stay open.
Yeah.
I know um, sometimes I've needed help um, in getting out of my own way. Well, a lot of times, and a lot of us do, but especially in getting out of my own way so that I can hear what's being offered.
Yeah.
Right. So now I've taken some trainings from God. There's a manifestation coach that I love. Her name is Heidi Baker, and she taught me a practice called running your energy, which is something you can do in 5 or 7 or 10 minutes a day. And she taught it to me a couple of years ago, and I was really grateful. And then I found myself building upon that for something that works for me, so that I developed a whole languaged method of working myself into a state where I'm totally receptive.
I love that.
And I think it's interesting because I think maybe I'm supposed to be offering that as a
Sounds
method
like it. Sounds like it.
to people.
Sounds like it to me. I mean, and it's so funny because one of the things I do is I help people birth paradigms, right? And here we're talking, and it's like all the little lights are going off. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like a structure that would support a lot of people. It sounds like a structure that is movable and shapeable so people can adapt it to their own needs, wants, and desires. So I can't wait to get my copy, Amy.
Ah, I will tell you that there'll be a personalized component of it because language is so personal. So
Yeah.
that thing about words being my way, I mean, yes, I had a 25-year career as a lyricist, but now even in the other work that I do that's not songwriting, I'm so aware that one word, the right word, can tune you in, and one wrong word can take you out of alignment and take you into another place. So I want to help people find their words.
I love that. I mean, every word is a prayer, so I totally agree with you.
Ah,
And
yeah.
as we're talking about you, like, how do people get more of Amy? Tell us a little bit about what your sacred work is in the world.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, clearly, part of my work is going to be working on this sharing this system with you. But what I've been doing for fun and profit for the last decade or so is actually working with a great network marketing company called Arbonne. I'm a national vice president with Arbonne. It's a health and wellness company. And what's beautiful about that, not just on the product side, because those products are great, but in terms of training a team and helping other people on their journeys, is that it's as much of a personal growth journey as it is, dealing with personal care products or nutrition products or
Yeah.
wherever we're dealing with that is in the world. There's a whole behind the scenes thing that has to happen that I didn't realize until I got into this, was the more important part of it,
Yeah.
being able to discover it and then teach it, because people are looking for solutions to their exterior things and also to their interior things.
Yeah. I always say if you really want some huge transformation, go into business, right? Like
Ah,
all your stuff is going to come up and you're going to have to
yes,
deal with it, right? And some of us do our transformation like in relationships while others do it with money and others do it in business, and some of us have a mixture of all three. So, yeah, it's a hotbed of goodness if you're open to it, to letting go and really clearing up all your stuff so you can grow. And I think what's good about those situations is that there's a structure already in place
right.
from the business end. So you don't have to be figuring that out as well. So you
No,
get to
it's plug
figure
and
out your
play.
own stuff. Yeah, which is
Yes.
great. So it's a huge transformational kind of process. So how do people get in touch with you? Where can they get more
Let's
Amy?
see. They could call me on my cell phone.
Are you
Um,
kidding?
I
That's
am not kidding. I can give you all the social media ways too, but if anybody's been listening to this and they're curious about anything that I'm doing or talking about, just call me 323-646-4135 because I want to hear from you. You can
great.
also follow me on social. I've got Happy Healthy with Amy
I love
on
that.
on Instagram and on Facebook. And that those are the ways to reach me.
Beautiful. Well, all of that will be in the show notes as well, everyone. So,
Great.
thank you so much for spending time with us today, Amy.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for asking such uh, uh, focusing questions. I really appreciate it because these are the kind of things most people aren't talking about most of the time.
Yeah, these are the things I love to talk about.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you. So, if you're interested in having a deeper connection with yourself and the divine, you can log on and get my free gift at soullanguage.us/gift of purpose. Thank you. And everyone, just connect and bye for now. And if you want to share your personal stories, write a comment about your connection and how that developed for you. So, bye for now.
Bye for now.